So one of the reasons then I guess I'm doing it is that I decided I just wanted to share basically my thoughts.
So, this video is gonna be very weird. I feel like I start all of my videos like this, but this video in particular is gonna be a bit of a Frankenstein's monster kind of stuff. You will see why. I will record this now a couple of days after the part you're gonna see later. The reason for that is I decided to record outside a couple of days ago when I had time. The sun was shining, it was beautiful weather. So I was like, you know what, let me change up the scenery, because you know this always looks the same, it's pretty grayish. So let me go outside. It was blue sky, as I said, sun, very nice. So I put you on the balcony, I was outside, and I just started recording. 17 minutes, rambling about life, and I got distracted. You know how it is. And then I came back inside to finish up the video. That's the part you're gonna see a bit in a minute. And I noticed that my phone decided to not record anything for the 17 minutes, but it recorded the first 25 seconds, which I also will put later, and that's it. Then it decided to die. So I talked 17 minutes to nothing. I recorded it because you might notice a change in the microphone quality. If you do, great. If not, well, there is a change. A reason for that is big up to my boys for the gift. Thank you very much. So I recorded it with a different program. I recorded with the microphone, so I have those 17 minutes, but I can't do anything with them without video. I could upload them as a podcast or something, but there's no sense. What I will do is I will make a small introduction to the whole topic I was discussing last time, and then I will put in the video of a couple of days ago where I finish basically my whole rambling. So that's 2 minutes intro about what the fuck is happening in this video. It's a bit longer one compared to the shorter ones I posted recently, so I hope you enjoy, hope you like it. Let's make a small break here, and then I tell you what the fuck I was talking about, and then you see the video from a couple of days ago. So I was thinking recently, the video I wanted to make, this video, is not the actual video I wanted to do and to film, but this is an idea that came to me on the day I wanted to film the video, the other video. I actually wanted to film like a recap of the last 7 months in Greece, because it's already been like 7 months. August, September, October, November, December, January. I'm on my 7th month in Greece. So I wanted to record a bit of a recap after all those Just Move series. I basically stopped doing it because it also took me so long to get those out. So I wanted to do a recap, but then I had this idea a couple of days ago, and I was like, okay, let's talk about this. And the idea was basically, I was starting to question myself, why am I doing this? Like, what the fuck? What is the reason for me doing this content, and content on Twitter, and content on Instagram, and content on TikTok, or whatever? Because, you sometimes get in the mindset of, in the thought pattern of that what the fuck you are doing, there's no sense, or basically there are other things you could do. And I feel like you often, in my case at least, I'm talking for myself, I often fall into that feeling, especially when I've been doing stuff for a couple of weeks and it takes time for results, as I've mentioned to myself in every single video I think I've made until now, that things take time and you should go and try and just pursue it. But it's one thing telling you, and it's the other thing me knowing that I switch lanes so often. Also something I've talked about in the last couple of videos, that I just like, focus is something I needed. Focus is the thing I want to have this year, because I have insane focus when I'm working, but often in the bigger picture I swerve lanes. And so that day I suddenly started questioning, is this actually what I wanted to do? Because I started this basically to share my thoughts and share the journey I'm on with being 23 when I moved to Greece, basically now 24, and just sharing my thoughts in the journey because I wanted to. And as I mentioned in past videos, it's a form of self-expression, it's a form of recording memories, it's a form of remembering myself, but remembering the future generations. I'm going to talk about it in a second in the other video, second part of the video, of this life I lived in. And I forget that sometimes. Like I lose that. I lose it out of sight basically, because the only thing I'm doing right now is sharing thoughts, journey, experience, whatever with people. And there are a couple of people who don't give a shit, and I completely understand. Same with me. I don't give a shit about other people's lives in most cases. But there might be a small subsection who can relate to what I'm going through, who finds it interesting, who can relate to my values, who can relate to my mindset, who can relate to my thoughts, to what I've been sharing weekly. And I'm speaking to those kind of people, right? I'm speaking to those people who are like, okay, let's see what the guy is talking. The things he's saying make sense somehow, sometimes. But who share the same philosophy in a sense. And just doing it in a modern way, basically, you are sharing it online through the content I'm doing. And at the same time, building kind of a personal brand, because everything I'm saying and everything I share are things I'm 100% behind. So I only share stuff I really believe and stuff I really think is true. Like I'm not deforming myself or like adapting myself to fit some kind of trend or to fit some kind of niche. Everything I've been talking about have been thoughts that rise throughout the day or throughout somewhere. I write them down and then I just ramble them out, or that have been formed through the content I consume, to the books I read, to the people I follow. And so for me, just sharing this, just sharing it from my perspective, right? Because it's just putting together the things I experience. And that's basically it. And then it's basically just finding then, not a community I want to say, but yeah, if you have people that are down the same path, as I like to refer, you have some type of a community. Because something I want to mention before I let you transition to the other part of the video, because I remember I didn't talk about this in the last time the video that didn't record, whatever. The Stoics said you need 3 different relations, and the Stoics, or the ones in ancient Greek, said you need 3 relations. You basically need a relation upwards, you need a mentor, so a person that is far further ahead in the way, further ahead in the work, in life, someone you look up to, that you can copy, that you can learn from to get to that level. Then you have your peers, the ones who are on the same path as you, the ones who are going in the same direction as you, the ones you learn with, the ones you share stuff. And then you have a relation below you that's basically your mentee, meaning you are the mentor to that person, somebody who is earlier in the way, who's going in the direction, who's going the path that you walked already, so that you can guide in the sense. So these 3 relations. And the things I'm doing right now, basically sharing the content I'm sharing, is basically for the peers, right? It's basically for those people who are on the same level as me, who are pursuing the best version of themselves, who are also just going and finding out and wanting to build a better mindset and wanting to build better ideas and better systems and better structures and just following their life in a certain type of direction. So everything I'm doing right now is for them to share with the ones on the same path as me. Because there might be also some people where this applies as a mentor types things, but I think those are rather in the future. So those will be my kids and my grandchildren who might look at this and be like,
oh, that's some nice knowledge.
Maybe not. They're gonna find it weird. Either way. So I was thinking, why am I actually doing this? And that's now we transition to the part of the video that was saved from last time. I'm back in this old environment, the environment you're used to, because I was getting too distracted outside with, with people coming outside. I need to put you higher. The reasons then I guess I'm doing it is that I decided I just wanted to share basically my thoughts. To share my thoughts, my values, my journey in a sense with people that are on a similar path and who might then take the one or the other nugget of information from me. Also, one of the other reasons was I saw that the video I was already recording for 17 minutes and I don't know how much of it is really actual content, so I will have to check. I have to keep this one short. Now I want to wrap it up because it's just rambling, but that's just what I do on this channel at least. So also of the other main reasons why I actually wanted to capture all it, besides it being memories for myself, I think it's gonna be... I have something in my nose who makes me sneeze. Basically, the other reason was recording this as a sense of memories, as a wise of so that I remember it in the future. But way more importantly, not just for me in the future, but for those that come after me in the future. Meaning my children and my grandchildren especially. Because if I think about that, if I had the option to go back and look at thoughts and journals and ideas that my grandfathers had when they were young, when they were in this age, it's invaluable what I would pay to get this. Of course, it was a different time, and especially them being in Portugal at that, at that time, I guess, things got lost more easily, or they had other things in mind or whatever, and it was harder to capture stuff, right? But what I would give to have these raw thoughts of my grandparents in the age I am now, just to know, just to see, just to discover what they were thinking, where their mind was at, it's invaluable. And so I feel if I do this now, besides it being for myself, besides it being for maybe people who are on the same journey as I am, it being for the future generations that come, my future generations that come from me, if the bloodline continues as it should. Yeah. So basically for the future generations that come, and that might be a very far stretch, because I'm 24, so there's a long way to go to get to grandchildren. At least children could go very fast. Don't hope, not right now at least. But grandchildren, there's a couple of steps that have to happen in between. But for me, it's just, if I record this, besides then it being for myself, and besides it being for people who are on the same path as me, it being for my children and my grandchildren to look back on when they are in this age, and then just see look what my grandfather was thinking when he was 24. All right, his head was there, and this was his ideas, and because they will never meet you in this age. They will just meet you when you are already pretty kind of old, and a different way, instead of this raw way, me speaking and me saying go fuck shit this motherfucker. Do I have to censor this out? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think I have to censor fucking shit out, as long as I'm not AdSense wise something on YouTube, so fuck it, whatever. And then I basically, to come full circle, it's a very big circle, me then explaining yesterday and thinking about why am I actually doing this. Greece is actually just the experience of me just also wanting to grow and wanting to embrace the challenge. While the reason I'm doing this is, of course, as I said, to just record and share the journey. Because this morning, for example, I worked on Twitter, I worked on Instagram stuff, and I was thinking, because I don't know if it's in the beginning, algorithm, whatever this, that, maybe my content is also just shit, and that's why it doesn't get a lot of views. But then I was thinking, okay, I know basically what I have to do to get views. I know what good content is, and it's basically providing value to people. And if people have value or get value from you, and it's worth something to them, they get views and send it to other people and like and comment and whatever. And then I look at my content, and I think it has been a month. I think not even. I think I really started posting regularly. It was the 18th of January, I believe. It's the 13th of February now. So nearly a month. So it's only a month, but it feels like it has been forever because it's so many pieces of content that I've already put out. But then sometimes you get lost in the numbers, right? And the numbers being pretty low, and it not in a month not having like substantial growth or whatever, or a substantial change. It's sometimes like this morning I was like, okay, what the fuck am I doing wrong, or what can I do differently, right? How can I learn from this whole situation to make better content, to make more impact, to make more value? And then if you start thinking like that, it gets very, very depressing very quickly, because then it's like, I'm doing this shit for views, and I'm doing this shit for growth. Like growth in the sense of followers and reach and likes and impact. And of course these things are all nice, but I think they are like, the reason I do this is not because it's my main focus, but it's I do my life and I do this besides my life. Or basically I do my life and this is like the byproduct of me living, because I then have something to say, I have something to record, I have something to share, and not this is my whole focus, like it's the case for some people, and then also the reason why they grow so big. And so basically for me, it's also the why is more, also again, I feel like most of these talks are just reminders to myself and to future versions of me, but that the reason I'm doing this was never for the substantial growth. That of course if it comes, or like let's say when it comes, because I believe that if I stay persistent, or in general if you stay persistent and consistent with anything, put in the work and really the effort, not just you are persistent of posting a picture a day, but you're actually doing the work to improve that picture every day, I believe success is programmed. So when success should come, I think it's the byproduct of it. And of course I will be happier, of course it will be nice, but I think it's rather the byproduct of me just being so raw and just doing the thing I actually want to do, my real why, instead of my why being I want to grow an audience, if that makes sense. I think I came full circle. I will have to watch it back, but I think I came full circle, and I think it's a pretty, in essence, I think it's a very raw thought that I came full circle on. Maybe not, but that's sometimes just how these videos go, especially when it's a video that I decided to record this morning. Because some of the other videos was like, I had the idea for a couple of weeks, and then I was like, okay, you're gonna do it pretty quickly, you're gonna structure it like this, and oops. And then I just do it. This, for real, I had the idea, for real, I just had this idea this morning while doing my big work, and now I just put up the camera, connected the microphone. It's the first time using this, so I hope the quality is better, or like I'm not fucked up because I move it too much. and just talking. And I see now this recording has 12 minutes, the other one has 17, so we are nearly at 30. I will keep it below 30 and then cut what's necessary. And it has to come out on Sunday. It's gonna be some work. Either way, we're gonna keep that in. It's 12 o'clock, I have to post something. Either way, maybe you took something out of it, maybe not. Either way, I catch you in the next one. Bye.